try and hold 3 of these at once. Don't say anything.
Coach, you want to talk a little bit about Chicago and what the biggest concerns they present to you?
A little bit like Salt Lake. You know, on the counter attack, they've got a lot of pace in the side, a lot of athleticism. David Akam, we know, has always been a problem for a lot of teams. Agboniki, and they've got a lot of talent in the forward area. So we'll have to concentration, really important word over the week and for the weekend. And I think that when we're in possession of the ball, we might be at our most vulnerable at times, because if we turn it over cheaply, I think then we might be in trouble.
They have a new coach, but you saw them 4 times last year. How different are they from what you saw in their one game?
Completely. I think they've got a completely new roster, and obviously new coach, new coaching staff. So there's a completely different vibe about the group. Obviously, they had a disappointment of the opening game, but they could. We've watched the game a couple of times. They had a lot of chances. So the scoreline probably flattered New York a little bit. So we know if we approach the game properly, we can get something out of this game. But we're going to have to play well, and we're going to have to be really concentrated.
How will you approach them? Do you need to do anything different for them?
No, we'll try and work on the stuff that we work on, and we'll try and take our game to them and impose our way of playing on the opposition, as we always do at the Citrus Bowl. But there are issues that if you do turn the ball over that you have to be very aware of.
How pleased were you with the formation on Sunday and heading into this Friday? We might see a slight change, or
maybe we'll see. But we see where we all are with 1 or 2 personnel, but there won't be an awful lot of change, I don't think. I think we started the game very well. First 20 minutes, 25 minutes before the sending off, I thought we were in control of the game. Don't think Joe had a save to make up until then. And when the red card came along, we actually started to play too quickly. We started to not panic, but I want us to be a bit more composed and stretch the field vertically and horizontally, and then make them chase the ball. But we wanted to get there in one touch. We wanted to do everything too quickly, and actually that was the worst part of the game for us. And then when they got the goal, obviously, then you're playing catch up against a team that's really good on the break. It's not normally a good scenario, but we managed to get something out of it in the end.
Does it usually help that you have a player like Breck Shea who can play at left back and at left wing? You're just a versatile player.
Well, it does, because obviously if you want to get another forward player on the pitch, and Breck's still forward-minded, he's still, if you asked him now, he'd still probably think he's more of a forward player than a defensive player. So he has that in his mindset anyway. So that was the reason we changed it around a little bit.
Corner kicks and set pieces were really important for you guys in preseason,
yeah.
And you were successful in them. You had a lot of those in the game, but weren't able to convert any.
No, I didn't think the delivery was as good as it could have been, and I thought our positioning at times was awful, and that's something else that we spoke about.
Do you think that they scouted it well?
I just think that when you've got a goalkeeper 5'10", like their goalkeeper is, he shouldn't be catching 10 to 12 balls in the 6-yard box, and that's down to us, not down to them.
Where's Carlos, and is Antonio fit?
Antonio's trained more each day, and he'll be a game day decision. Carlos is getting better by the day, so whether this weekend comes a little bit early for him, but we expect him to be certainly available for New York, maybe on the bench on Friday.
It's a bit of a catch-22. You said going into this year you have more depth. Now with injuries and red cards, do you spend more time restless at night trying to figure out how to fit these pieces together?
No, because it's as usual, Christian Aguita's available, Darwin Soren's not available. It just shows the importance of having depth in certain positions, especially the way we play, because we either play 4-5-1 or 4-2-3-1, so we need a lot of midfield players, especially if they play like as combative as our midfield players do. So, we're going to need all of them this year, I can guarantee you.
How gratifying is it to see the way Haji came on and Adrian to provide the game?
I thought Adrian was terrific when he came on. He gave us the lift and gave us some energy and gave us some life, and he had a couple of really good runs, timed runs in off the line, and that's how he got his goal. So he gave us a lift, and Haji, a little bit of a wild card at this moment in time. You don't know what you're getting out of him, but he come on and did okay. We're not 100% certain yet what we're getting out of him, but he has got some real good tools to work with.
I noticed that Richie and Haji weren't training; they were just sitting there. Is it anything wrong with them? Any knocks, or was it just more?
They played last night.
Okay.
They played with the
OCB.
H played last night. Tyler Turner, Richie Lurea, Haji. So some of them younger guys got some minutes last night.
Do you have any idea what the midfield's going to look like against Chicago yet?
Yeah.
You do?
Will you
You're not
tell
going to
us?
share it? Okay.
No, in my mind, I know what we're going to do if everybody's fit and healthy.
Will you stick with the same formation?
Similar. It'll be similar. It might be a little tweak here and there, but there won't be many changes.
Can you give us an update on Brian Rochester?
He's training 100%. Got rid of his injury at last, and now he needs to do pre-season, get him up to speed with the rest of the group. It's been a really frustrating time for him and for me and the staff. But hopefully now we can get down to doing some work and get himself fit and give us some help when we're going to need it.
Speaking of frustration, do you sense any of that from Ricky?
Well, yeah, he was devastating on Thursday and Friday last week because I know what he's worked in the off season. He started pre-season really well, and so but he's pain free now, and I think this weekend will come too soon. But for the first time now, we actually think he might be available for New York.
Coach, I noticed something here just the last part of practice with Coach Carl Watson. You guys were defending some of those long balls that you guys scored on this past Sunday. Is it just something that you guys can learn to harness in order not to get a taste of your own medicine later on this season?
Mark Watson, not Carl.
Yeah.
And no, it's just your basic principles of defending, and we were going through one or two things that we thought we were a bit loose on at the weekend.
Overall, how has Nocerino looked to you in training?
He's good. He's got a great personality. I think he's been here 3 years, not 3 minutes, but he's going to be a really good addition to us. Obviously, a really good footballer. And I didn't realise his finishing was as good as it was after yesterday. But no, he's going to be a great addition for us moving forward.
Do you think he'll acclimate to the MLS game pretty quickly?
Good players can acclimate to anywhere.
How do you think he's been gelling with the team?
Oh no, that's all right. He's got no worries on that side. I don't think he's ever been shy.
When he does see action, is this something we can see 90 minutes he can play, or is it just he's going to be limited?
We'll see how he goes. It's one of them. As we've said, you can train out here every day, but once you get on the game, the cut and thrust of a 90-minute actual game, it's completely different match fitness.
Coach, the final minute of the last game probably sold a couple more tickets for this Friday's game. Could you just talk about, again, feeding off the energy of the crowd for this Friday night?
Well, we're going to try and do it again and get 3 goals this time in the last minute. So somebody actually asked me, I'd have been working on that at the press conference on Friday. I thought on Sunday. Sorry, that was a new one on me. But no, obviously it was a great finish to the game. And as I said at the time, I'd never been involved in one like that. Certainly, I've come back many times from 2-0 down, but not 2 and 50 seconds in the 94th minute. So, and I said at the time, the energy within the stadium by our supporters, they're the ones that got us over the line. They made us keep going, and that's how important supporters are. And that's why I always say to them, we should never take the supporters for granted.
Without trying to call out the fans, what can you say to those fans that leave the game early and know that the game's not really over until...
Well, I can understand it sometimes because it took me an hour to get away from the stadium on Sunday. But, obviously, I think the most important thing is that anything can happen in a game of football, and that proved it this weekend. So if you leave, you might miss one of the most incredible moments that you'll ever see watching football. I remember Manchester United scoring 2 goals in the European Cup final against Bayern Munich, 2 in a minute. Everybody thought the game was over. Biggest night in Man United's history, and some people who've been supporting in 50 years missed it. So, if you want to leave early, you take your chance, I suppose.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.